During his recent State of the Union address, President Biden said some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. Republicans in the chamber responded by booing Biden. Fact checkers found that only one Republican, Senator Rick Scott of Florida, came close to making such a proposal when he introduced legislation that would require all federal programs to sunset within 5 years. Scott explains if a law is worth keeping, then Congress can pass it again. Republicans rejected his proposal, but it begs the question, if lawmakers are unwilling to touch Social Security, how will it survive beyond 2035, when the benefit program's expected to run out of money? Well, here to share his thoughts is Young Voices commentator Travis Nix. First, Travis, explain why we're in this mess. Why is Social Security expected to run out of money by 2035?
Thanks so much for having me. And a report that came out last week by the Congressional Budget Office actually moved up Social Security's decline to 2032 due to the rising inflation, which has Social Security as a cost of living adjustment, so we're paying more. Social Security is failing because simply we don't have enough young people in the United States to keep up with our aging population. Social Security functions like a pyramid scheme in that when you pay your payroll taxes, your money is not just sitting in a lockbox collecting interest. It's paying the current retirees. And so we don't have enough working young people right now to keep up with our aging population. So Social Security is going to run out of money earlier than any of us thought. So it needs to be reformed significantly.
Well, right now, employers and employees pay a combined payroll tax about 12.4%. That's 6.2% each. So in your recent article for the Wall Street Journal, you contend lifting the payroll tax cap, thus generating more revenue with higher payroll taxes, won't solve the crisis. So you call it a Ponzi scheme. You had mentioned that. So why? Why won't it solve it?
So the way that the payroll tax works is it's capped right now at around $160,000. So lawmakers in both parties want to lift that cap and basically have higher income people pay more in payroll taxes. And what they fail to understand is that the U.S., we have a very progressive income tax code. We have a 37% top individual rate. You have states imposing state taxes as high as 13% in New York and California. So what raising the payroll tax would do is force some of our best workers in their economy, our doctors, our innovators, our inventors, to pay basically tax rates at around 70%. So that's every dollar that they would make above like $160,000 would be taxed at 70%. So 70 cents out of every dollar would be going to the government. That makes them think long and hard about exiting the economy, spending more time at home instead of out in the workforce, innovating, inventing, and being some of our most productive members. So it would have disastrous economic effects and not raise the tax revenue needed to save Social Security.
I've talked to many Americans they're about your age, I'd say, who are just starting their careers. Most of them don't think Social Security will be there for them when they retire. Seems our politicians always go for temporary fixes to get them through the next election. They kick the can down the road. So you say our lawmakers need to think bigger, longer term, to bring serious structural reforms to save Social Security. So what do they need to do, Travis?
Yeah, exactly. Raising taxes just kicks the can down the road. It doesn't fix the structural problems with Social Security. One of the biggest things lawmakers should do is return Social Security to what it was when it started in the Great Depression, which was a social safety net for lower income seniors who had just lost everything in the Great Depression. So they need to have an income cap on Social Security, a flat benefit program that caps the amount of money that people can get out of Social Security at around $15,000 to $20,000. And one of the problems with Social Security right now is if you make $200,000 a year for your entire career, you're getting the most out of the Social Security. And you're getting about 1.5 times what you put in. That makes no sense. It needs to be a social safety net for our lower income seniors. That's the only way to, if we're going to have Social Security in the future, we need to return Social Security to its original idea and not basically it be a little retirement plan for wealthy Americans.
Well, it seems to make more sense. If you make $200,000 a year, why would you really need Social Security? You should be making investments and so forth. Okay, Young Voices commentator, tax law student at Georgetown University, Travis Nix. Thank you, Travis, for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.